Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
This is the Weather Xtreme video for Sunday, June the 26th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and we certainly have some interesting action going on to the north. We'll get to that in just a moment, but let's take a look at some skycam imagery this morning. There's some cirrus clouds looking out over Birmingham to the north, and then there's Coleman looking out, and you can see in the sky some cirrus clouds as well up there. And looks like, not sure if that's alticu or if it's cirrocumulus, but doesn't matter. It certainly makes for a beautiful picture as we look out over the Tennessee River at Decatur. So just a gorgeous shot this morning. Well, we're dealing with some interesting weather that could affect us. Notice that cloud blob on the satellite imagery as well as the surface features. Primarily, we're under a surface high pressure, but that big blob is an MCS or an MCC, mesoscale convective complex, or mesoscale convective system, and that could be coming our way. We'll talk about that a little bit more in just a moment. There's the water vapor imagery, and of course, once again, you can see that huge blob, but in the upper atmosphere at 500 millibars, roughly about 18 to 20,000 feet, we're looking at an upper ridge over Texas, and that's nosing in across us. We're right on the edges of that. So like yesterday, we had a few isolated showers. I'm very fortunate. I got one of those isolated showers and ended up with 0.35 of an inch. Still had a high of 95, however, so it didn't come early enough in the day to keep things cooler. Hot across the country, as you can see, all that yellow, orange, and kind of golden between color, all those are 60 and above at 5 a.m., so it's very, very warm. And we're pretty warm across the central Alabama, looking at primarily 70s. Fort Payne at 68, Birmingham 76, Tuscaloosa 72, looks like Dadeville or Alex City 77. So it's a warm morning. Well, there is the radar imagery this morning, and there's that huge complex of showers and thunderstorms. Now, let's take a look at an animation, and here's the animation. As we look at this, you can see that it is progressing primarily eastward, but there is also some motion or movement to the south as it is actually propagating to the south as well. Now, will it get all the way into central Alabama? Boy, that's tough. I don't think it's going to actually get here in the form of what it is, but it will probably put out an outflow boundary that will become a focus, and that is where we'll look for development today. Storm Prediction Center, the QPF guys showing that problem up there in the Ohio River Valley with all that rain, and showing not much down this way because of the character of the storms. However, if we do get under some of that MCS, then we could have more of an issue. Storm Prediction Center outlooking slight risk, and of course along that, especially that MCS for Tennessee and North Alabama, the outflow boundary possibilities and the development in the heat of the day, we could see damaging wind and or hail. That slight risk extends all the way up into South Dakota. Day 2, slight risk primarily from Chicago down across St. Louis into just south of Kansas City, and then another slight risk out in Colorado and West Texas, or the Texas Panhandle, actually. Day 3, we're looking at the possibility as we see the slight risk over Tennessee, Arkansas, and North Alabama, North Mississippi. Now, the National Hurricane Center watching some clouds but over the western Caribbean, but they're not expected to do anything because it's going to be interacting with the land. Well, here's the morning GFS, the 06Z run, and there's the upper air pattern. You can see we're right on the edge of the ridge, and so we're kind of in there where things are being held off a little bit, but by the same token, we're just close enough that we may get some of it. We look at Monday, and you can see the ridge actually gets stronger. There's still a bit of a weakness over our area, and the result is, we're going to continue to see the possibility in the heat of the day of the showers and thunderstorms. The ridge continues to be very strong, centered primarily over Texas. So once again, we're still on the edge, so showers become a possibility. And you can see the GFS forecasting, showers in the middle of the day. Notice, though, that with the surface high up there over Iowa and Missouri, that we may see a front coming down our way, which could help to lower temperatures at least into the lower 90s. We're still, the ridge is getting even stronger. As you can see, the amplitude, it's pushing northward, developing in response to that trough over the west coast. By Thursday, it's now edging our way even further. So that means by Thursday, we may actually come under enough of that ridge that will help to suppress showers and thunderstorms significantly. And certainly by Friday, that certainly looks like the possibility. Now, isolated showers are still possible. We're going to stay hot, and the result is that we may see some showers or thunderstorms, but they're going to be few and far between. Saturday, more of the same as the edge of that 594 heat or contour, the heat bubble as James refers to it as. It comes over us. And then we begin to see on Sunday, a week from today, the 3rd of July, we begin to see a little retreat away from Alabama. But once again, we're getting on the edge of voodoo country. Voodoo has changed dramatically since yesterday. There is the 8th, and you can see that we have pretty much the ridge extending across from Southern California all the way across to the east coast of the U.S., the southeast coast of the U.S. And then finally on the last frame here, July 11th, bingo, there is the ridge extending from California all the way over to Florida. And bottom line is showers, scattered showers. So it doesn't look like the weather pattern is changing that much anytime in the near future. And the tropical stuff we saw yesterday is, as we suspected, gone. Well, thanks for tuning into the Weather Xtreme video. James Spann should be back once again with the next version first thing tomorrow morning. I hope that you have a wonderful Sunday, and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.